Hey butterflies, welcome back to Dose of Allegra. I'm Allegra, your vitamin E. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, become a butterfly. And today we're going to be making this super cute and classy crop top using this McCALL's pattern. Now I've never used a pattern to make something before. This is actually my first time and I feel like I did an amazing job. And I'm going to be doing the the letter C, as you can see here. The great things about patterns like this is that they always give you fabric suggestions, they give you sizes, and this was one that gives me sizes extra small all the way to extra large, which is awesome, so I can easily make it for others or myself in specific sizes. And yeah, I just really love this, and then I can keep this for as long as I want. I can trace a pattern on paper and then just keep it that way. Like, I just think patterns are so dope. And I thought it was just very cute for the summer, and it's very hot where I live, Georgia. We all know how that weather is. And this design specifically causes for a zip up in the back, but I decided to add my little twist on it and do something else, so stay tuned for that. If you're interested in seeing how I make the shirt, please keep watching.
Wonder.
Materials I will be using is this linen fabric, a matching thread, a ruler, pens, measuring tape, the pattern of course, chalk tape, and a rotary cutter. I'm just laying out my pattern pieces for the shirt I wanted to make. It's very detailed. The pattern gives you everything from the notches you need to how many pieces you need for each top, and this one needed 6, so I just cut them out. First step was to pin together pieces 1 and 4 and do a straight stitch down, making sure to have a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. After the pieces are sewn, I'm going to make sure I press out my seams because this is what gives your garments the professional look, and I learned that over time. My next step was to pin these pieces together, right sides of course, and then do a straight stitch down, connecting them in the front. And always make sure you have that 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. The next step was to connect piece number 7, which was 2 side pieces, making sure those notches matched up perfectly, and do a straight stitch down with that, you already know, seam allowance. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect 11 and 12 together as well, lining up the notches, doing a straight stitch down with that 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. The next step was to connect pieces 11 and 12 to 1, 4, and 7 and do a straight stitch down with your 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Just gotta remind y'all because that is very crucial. Using pattern piece number 8, I folded over on both sides, pressed it down, and folded over a 3rd time and did a straight stitch down, and it just secured everything and it looked very nice and neat. And I also pinned and sewed down the edges. For my lining, I created the same shirt using the same fabric in the same order. You can always use a different fabric, of course, but I didn't want to. And I just pinned it together in right sides, of course, and did a straight stitch all around, making sure I included my straps on the inside. Once I was done to hem the outside, I folded in the raw edges, and I'm gonna just do a top stitch all the way around the bottom and sides of the shirt. Alright guys, so change of plans. With the zipper, it fit, but I wanted it to be like super tight. So me being innovative, I was like, you know what, I can make it a back tie up shirt. So these two pieces here, I'm going to fold over and press and sew down, and they're going to become the loops. They're going to be 5 loops on each side. This is a 15-inch strip, so that means each loop is going to be 3 inches long, and I can just, you know, curve it and have it on both sides of the shirt. And then this super long strip here, I haven't even measured it yet, I just know it's long. It's going to be the long tie string that I'm going to use to tie up everything. So let's see how this innovation goes. Alright, so I pinned them each about ½ inch apart, and I'm just going to go ahead and do a straight stitch down and around just to make sure this stays closed because this was connected. So back stitching, basting stitch, back stitching over here. Alright, let's do it. Now I'm going to just sew down my straps and then insert this over here and over there, and then it's done, finally. Thank you butterflies so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like this video so it can be seen by other people who can become butterflies too and get their daily dose of Allegra. Bye.